Good day everyone, it's Max and welcome back to Satisfactory Update 4. That's right. And on this episode 16, we have now got the supply base done. Except for the missing manufacturer, which allows me to build the heavy modular frame. And we can't do that until we get the tiers 5 and 6. So guess what we've got to do today? We have got to make machines that are going to make us the cool tier 5, 6 parts. And of course then that will allow us to move on into building the bigger base and all the turbo motory things and the supercomputery things and the things that we want. But before we can do that, we have got to get tiers 5 and 6 done. So let's get in there and get to it. You gotta love mornings. Hello, sun. Yeah, it's actually bright in here. Whew. And we have one thing left to do with tier 4, and that is tubes. So how about we do something with tubes, because we've got tubes to do, right? And look at that, I even have 50 of those. That's a rarity. Hit the button. Boom.
Milestone reached. FICSIT Incorporated has processed and incorporated frequent Pioneer requests for pipe-based personal transport. Introducing Hypertubes. Safe, aesthetic, adaptable, fun. Enjoy a view of your hard work as you soar through incredibly tight turns. Build them today. Note: FICSIT Incorporated is not responsible for any harm caused by irresponsible use of this product.
Hypertubes, the meme of Satisfactory. What can I tell you? Of course, we are going to use them to get up and down on this base, but we've got bigger things to do. Of course, we can do no more. We are done, and until we get 5 or 6, we have got to have a whole bunch of things doing these. We need smart plating, we need the versatile framework, and of course, we need the automated wiring. So, to get that to happen, requires us to have a whole bunch of these, which of course we do have the material to do. We of course just got to run around here a little bit, and we'll make some of that up. So let's see, we need a little wire. Oh yeah, yes sir. Nope, you're probably what, box 3, 4, or 5? I would say this box. Yeah, since the update, there seems to be a little bit of a quirkiness going on about being able to like get boxes to activate, I've noticed, but I don't know if that's an actual thing or what's going on there, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Alright. Hello, tractor. Yeah, the base is humming right along, and we'll get down here in a second. We'll have a look to see why. What do we got here for supplies? Got some weird thing there. That should go in the tractor, actually. Oh, we got enough plate. I could use some iron rods, though. You can always use iron rods. And now that we've got all the lines running, of course, it's much more crazy with stuff coming out of here now, right? So, you know, we got lots of iron rods doing lots of things. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so we got iron rods, we got the iron plates, we got the wire and the cable, we got some of that. Okay. So the supply base itself is working quite well. You know, as you can see, boom, we got all kinds of stuff. Of course, we've had all kinds of this for a bit. Yep, no problem there. Hey, you know what? I could use a couple of frames, so we'll just take some of those. Guess what we have here? Hundreds of these, no problem. We got lots of those like candy. These, of course, we got all kinds of, and hey, look how many motors we got. Full stack box. I know. So let's see how we're actually doing. 500, 400, 600. Well, I know that'll allow us to make some stuff anyway. So now we ought to actually just set these machines up and let them crank out for a bit. Now, the easiest way to do this part is to set up some assemblers, and if you remember how we're going to do that, all right, like so, right about there, I guess. I don't know. We'll set up, well, let's see. I don't know. How many will each of these do? So, smart plating, it does 2 per minute. Wow. We need, what, 500? So, if we were doing 2 per minute, that'd be, what, 250 minutes? So, let's say 10 a minute. You'd be still 50 minutes? No, 20 a minute? Oh, I don't know. I gotta think about the math. Okay, so let's just put 10 of them down. How about we just do that? So that's 3. Well, this platform is only so long. So 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 9. You know what? I probably should put one up here closer to the end because I probably got more room for one up here. Yeah, see, I got all kinds of room up here. I could at least fit in a couple more, right? So I should do that. So that would be 10, but we're going to take one off the end, like so. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up basically 2 boxes, but we're going to do that here in a minute. Yep. And I need you to do a thing, my friend. Yep, somewhere right around there. Boop. Okay, and on this side, of course, you know how this works. I need you to go up, up, up. All right, and then we kind of come down here for a bit. All right, and then, of course, we're going to take the other 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, this is where we would get rid of the first 2, right, like this. And then, of course, we're going to take our wonderful thing here. We're going to go, hey, you should plug into that box. And I'm like, yeah, you should plug into that box. Like so. And it'll be like that. That'll be awesome. And then, of course, the other one is going to be something like this. Yep. And this is going to be something like that. Yep, and then of course we would connect these together, and I will finish running all this off camera just so as we're not all waiting around for that. But we got so that would be 10, right? This is intense. Okay, so we're gonna do this is smart plating. Yep. Yeah, so I must admit I'm a little bummed out about the whole copy paste thing. I thought it was a much bigger deal than it turned out to be. And it's unfortunate because this is one of them times where they could have got this really right, and instead they kind of just threw it in last minute, kind of like an afterthought. And really, it's much more than an afterthought. Like this is the thought, right? If you want people to be playing your game for more than 75 hours, then you've got to come up with a solution on that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. All right. Now, this, of course, is we're going to do the next 20. You know what? Just to help me with that a little bit, do that. Do that. And then I want you to do this. Thank you very much. And you two can leave. Okay, so our next part is going to be versatile framework. You do 5 a minute. Okay, so 10 of those do 20. Well, only 4 of you will do 20. Okay, well, you know what? I'm okay with that, I guess. That would be a big 2 and 3 and 4. All right. We'll get back to looking at you guys in a second, and I'm going to put 2 machines down here, and then put the next one down. Okay, and what are you? You're going to be the automated wiring, and what do you do? 2.5 per minute. Sure. Like, I'm going to make 7.5 machines. Or, well, what I could do is I could probably reduce this down to 2, like that, right? Now, this is one of them questions of the day. Can you copy this setting and make that work, right? So if I now want to copy this, Alright, let's say I copy the setting on that. Can I just paste it in this? So it does take over the clock speed setting. I will say that is probably the only good thing about the copy paste setting that I've seen. That's because the rest of it doesn't save you any time. So of course we need 10 of these. Now see, now that I've made that setting, what I should be able to do is just have that as part of my middle mouse click, right? And it would automatically remember the setting, and then I could just do the next 8 machines and they would already be done. But no, that would have been too easy to program. You know? Like, duh. What do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a good thing I love this game. 8, 9, and 10. There we go. So, of course, now I gotta run down. I gotta select this each time because it's a thing. And again, it's just easier to, with my left hand that doesn't work so well, to do Control V's a little bit out of the way. It's actually faster for me to actually just select it like I always did, which is a bummer. But, as it turns out, now I'm going to have to do that copy-paste because, of course, these are all set to 80%, which brings them down to 2, which then does a thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to set these up. These will all now produce 20 a minute, right? And I'm going to finish setting these up, and then the next time you see me is me bringing over material, and we're going to fire these up and let them start getting produced. So I'll see you shortly. Well, one night time later, I think we're all ready to go. So we've got the machines all laid down, the belt all run, the splitters and the mergers and the things all together, and their collection boxes all set up. So the way we're doing this, of course, is we have the material already in the supply base to do this. We just got to go to the appropriate box, grab what we want, and shove it in here. Now, later, of course, what were you going to do with these? Well, I'm thinking I replace them with drones. Yeah, let's see how this drone thing works, right? So we could replace these with drones later and then just let it do a thing, and then when I need some, I would just say, hey, drones, bring me the thing, and it would just do it. I thought that would be a really cool idea. So we have this all set to go. We just now need to plug it in. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is we need to power it up. I better check the power. So it turns out, even though we just expanded power and, you know, all the things, we are now 13 watts over the maximum. Though we're only using about 1,000 of it at any one time because, of course, like, for example, all the motors are filled up at the moment, so the boxes and so those machines wouldn't be running. And, of course, some of the corresponding machines wouldn't be running because they don't need to run as hard, right? That being said, we're about to plug in a whole bunch of machines, so, you know, I don't know, this could go pew really fast. But let's plug this in, like so, and what are these machines now going to ask for? Ho-ho, up to 2173. Well, we're about to put that to the test. Yipper. So, in each of these boxes, beside these ones, is the ingredients to make this work. So, if I sort this away, just so as I don't confuse myself, if I take a bunch of these and stick them in the top box, boom, and I probably didn't need that many. Doesn't matter. And then I take these ones and I stick them in the bottom box. Sure, we'll go with that. That will now start the production of these, and they'll collect in a box. I know. Now, this is where splitters aren't the best, right? You know, now I must admit, in all the hours I've played, I've never played really hard with smart splitters besides their filtering technology. But it would have been nice to say, look, now I know there's a mod out there that does this, but again, I don't use mods. So, you know, I want to point out that there is a mod out there, I believe, that does this. And what it does is, like, for example, let's say I was going to use 10 splitters here. I would use the mod, lay out the 10 splitters, and then it would just basically say that only grab 1 out of every 10 that goes by you. And then that's when it would say, oh, okay, I'll just grab 10 and whatever. That way it would distribute all 10 of them evenly. But in this case, of course, it's 50-50 split all the time, right? So one's going to go left, one's going to go straight, one's going to go left, one's going to go straight until it fills up, and then that's the thing. So end boxes are going to end up, of course, a little short. I'm not going to worry about that, though. I'll straighten it out. You know, I'll go around the boxes later, pull some of the extras out, move them to other boxes. So see, as you can see down here, these boxes down here are looking pretty lean, right? Yeah, I know. So here's our next contestant. We've got a lot of frames, boom, and a lot of plating. In fact, so much plating I can't even get it all in. So let's just get that all in there right now, so I can get the rest of that out. Hello. Thank you. And do that. And then, of course, up here, we want to put in all of these. And off they go. And they're going to go make us these wonderful things right here. Look at that. First of all, the frameworks. And they're going to do a thing there. And finally, we're going to come down here. And our next contestant is 100 of these wonderful automated wiring. Strangely enough, only requires a stack of 100 stators, but okay, and a bucket load of wire. So we're gonna take our 100 stators and put them right there, and then we're gonna take this bucket load of wire, and then we're just gonna check that down here because I guess that's a thing. You know what? I'm a little bothered by that one, but it doesn't matter. It only got the 100 stators, so it can only make 100. In fact, I'm a little concerned because it will probably try to shove 100 of those in here, right? So anyway, I will have to come back to this setup because it's, you know, each machine should only have 10. But we'll do that afterwards. We're going to let that run for a bit because now we're going to make my hypertube. My first hypertube, yeah. Hypertubing. Kind of like a bonus to the episode because the slide for this is going to say tier 5 and 6, boom, plus hypertubes. Okay, here we go. All right, so with that, I'd like to have the hypertube. I think I guess I'll put it right here. You know, I kind of thought about having it right here so I could just dash in and out of my base, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to get a corner piece here, right? So as I could still run this way if I wanted to, and of course to do that I gotta put down an awesome shop, and we gotta get some tickets rolling. Well, now that our supply base is up and running, we could start diverting the supply base into tickets. So of course we'll do that, but we don't want to divert too much of that into tickets because of course that the whole point behind the supply base is for me to get supplies whenever I want supplies. So that's going to be its first function. Now with that though, so we'll put it here temporarily, but then I think I'm going to back it off to here once I get corner pieces. So we need to make things like hypertube entrance. Oh yeah, like, you know, this has got so much, like, hello. Really? I'm pretty sure that doesn't need to be like that. I'm pretty sure that, like, you can, like, have it at least off the ground, dude. Something like that. And now, can we have that? Can we have that entrance? Sure, we can. Yeah, that makes me a little happier. All right. Now we need to hook up this tube. You betcha. Let's jump into this. Oh, hello. I'm right in the middle of the goop. It will take me 5 minutes to climb out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you know what? Let's get rid of that for a second because we gotta clean this up. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. Yep. Bye bye. Nice knowing ya. I know. Okay. Now, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a parking lot or a parking garage down here for my vehicles. Yeah, that's right. One day I'd like to have a parking garage for my cars and stuff. So when I go desert driving, right, I jump in the car, vroom vroom, right? Or if I happen to be traveling through the underground areas, I can easily just, you know, jump in. It's all good after that, right? Yep. So, to have the underground coolness car parking lot, right? You got to have the cool undergroundness garage. And I suppose that's not going to be easy to get a hold of, is it? Well, I say that, and I got power poles all over the place down here. Yeah. You know what? No, I got power poles down here. I do not need your power pole from up there, mister. I got my own power poles down here. And we will do a 10 here. Like so. Those are 8x4s. Do we have 8x2s? Yes. I think I do have 8x2s. Yeah, 8x2s. Can we do that? Something a little nicer to drive up on? Yeah, something like that. Cool. Now, let's get in here and get my logistics in the tube. Yeah, something like that. Now, I think it's R to change the default. Noodle. I have no idea what that does. I mean, you know. Sure, we've got that about right about on this particular one. Is that even close to what I want? You know what? It is somewhat close. I'll take it for a start. Why not? No one said this had to be perfect by any means. I can always make perfection later. Are you already powered? Is this what you're showing me? No, you're just an exit. That's right. I need to put another tubey thing on there like this, and then I need to do this. Boom, like that. And you have no production down here at all. Why is that? Why is all the things not running? Did I really cut off all the things when I did something like that? Like, I didn't cut off all the things, did I? I must have. Guess what, power pole? You're more important than your first thought. Okay, we gotta put you back down here. Is everything powered back up again? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Hey, look at that. Let's try this out for fun. Ooh, yes. No more of that poor man's jump around. No, sir. Now we do it in style. That's right. You can even hook into that. Vroom. Look at that. Now I can come down here, jump in my downstairs buggy. Yup. This is now a thing. Look at this. It's just like the Batcave. Perfect. So I can use my lower cart, and then I can run up here. Boom. Oh yeah, and now use my upper cart. It's all good. It's all good after that. Now, we're going to let that run over there for a bit. Right? Because, I mean, it's got to run for a bit. Got to have the material, so it's got to run. But, you know, while it's running, we'll do a quick tour around the base just to kind of show everything off. You know, so down here, of course, in fact, what we'll do is we'll fix this third line here. Of course, here, of course, is our frames and our rotors. The rotors are still being made, being sound down to motors. Of course, here is the actual framing material itself. Then, of course, we have stators and the motors themselves. And we're going to fix this. Because, one, I'm sure like 2 machines are trying to do all the work here. I am almost certain of it. Yes, yeah, you guys can't do this. You know what? You can do 9. You know what? You can do 9. How about you? You know what? You can do 8. Yeah, and you can do 9. Okay, everybody else has to divide up into teams, right? Because that's just how we're going to do things here. So 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Yep, everybody's divided up into teams. It's going to be great. And then if there's some left over after all the teams get some, you'll get some double back. So you can have some Yep, you can have some. Yep, you can have some. He was lucky he got 13 right off the bat, right? So he getting 6. Look at that. I can probably start giving out doubles now, right? So you can have 6, 12. Yep, you actually got 13 already, right? No, you didn't. You can have your 12. It's all good. But I know you got 12, so we're not even going to look at you, buddy. Yeah, you can have your dozen. And you can have your 12. That was probably 6 is 18. You probably got way too many, but we will survive. We will survive. And then, of course, you can have 6. Oh, look at that. Well, you know what? Some of you guys are actually going to get 18 because I've got some doubling up going on here somewhere. And then, of course, you can have that too. Cool. So that should give everybody some green lights to work on while we continue the tour. Awesome. Yep, let's go. Then, of course, we just make a little steer through here. This is, of course, end products, right? We like end products. There is something wrong with these end products, though. What's going on here? You are not getting reinforced iron plate. Why would that be, sir? Why are you not getting what you deserve? You deserve something out of life. You're worthy of like everybody else. Yes, you're getting all kinds of rods, right? But you're not getting that reinforced iron plate. Well, you know what? Why is that? I have literal cases of reinforced iron plate that you should be receiving right now. In fact, there's no reinforced iron plate coming down here anywhere. Well, it's a good thing we took this little tour so we can find out what's going on with the reinforced iron plate. It is cut off. That's what's wrong with it. Here, you can go back on there. That's right, I cut that off at one time. So that will fix that. That'll actually start this up too. That's actually pretty scary. But we should have more than enough numbers. I'm not too worried about that. More than, well, we obviously have enough because there's still a whole entire side of frames that have not emptied out yet. That's how many frames we've got in storage. Look at that. So look at this. We still got tons of frames that are still to be emptied out. Not worried. See? This is why it's good to tour your factory once in a while. So this, of course, is all rods, right? Rods, being turned into screws, right? So there's your screws. This, of course, is the industrial beams and, of course, concrete. And this is where our manufacturer is going to go to make reinforced iron, the reinforced framing, for sure. And then, of course, here we've got your standard turning into actual just plates. Pretty cool. Down here, of course, is where we got a lot of rods being made because we need a lot of rods for all them screws. And then, of course, over here we've got a whole bunch of the wonderful wire and cable and all that things, along with raw ore processing for copper, and then all the raw processing for the iron runs down this side. And then, of course, down the back side is our steel production. We like steel. Steel is good. We like steel very much. It gives us all kinds of Mark III things. There, of course, is all our steel smelting going on here, which, of course, is being turned into steel pipe and steel plate, which, of course, is then being turned into wonderful things like stators and encased industrial beams. So that is our quick little tour of the base. It's actually providing us all the cool things that we need. And with that, we're just going to wait this out. And I'm going to bring it back when it's all done so as we can do that upgrade. Tier 5 and 6 on the elevator. Oh, yeah. Look at that. See, I even got a few red lights going on here. I'll bet you Machine 1's just being a hog of all the things, aren't you? Really? You just took all the frames. You just couldn't share, could you? Nope. You couldn't share. Really? You couldn't share any of these frames. Oh, well, you're not sharing because I didn't set you guys. What is going on here? That's just so mean of me. Well, luckily these guys go really fast, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll set you guys up, and you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. Are y'all turned on now? Yes. Y'all look pretty happy. No, that is not what I wanted here. I wanted these. Yeah, do that. And what did I set you to? Yeah, not that. I don't want that. I want these. Do that. And you're doing the right thing, right? Yes, you are. Okay, now I'm going to bring you back. Because now that everybody's making what they're supposed to be making... hello, guys. Yeah, now that everybody's making what they're supposed to be making, I'll bring you back. And we're going to get to see some things being made. Look at this. We're already up to 204. You keep working hard, mister. You're doing a good job. And you guys, I'm sure, will catch up shortly, because you make like 5 a minute. You're actually like, you know, you just zip right through these. It'll be all good. I will see you shortly. Wow, what a nice night look. Look at this. The sky is awesome. The space elevator is awesome. We got planet over here that's awesome. We got the other planet over here that's awesome. It's very weird. It's almost like we're the center of the solar system about how everything's orbiting around us. It's all very weird anyway. This planet had always been a little weird. I mean, for sure. So, let's run over here and see how we're doing for our stuff. Lots of light out here. It's kind of nice to look at the base at night every once in a while. You know, it's, you know, I usually have everybody in here during the daytime just because of clarity and all that stuff. But, sure, every once in a while you got to kind of come in here at nighttime. Check things out. We'll run down here, pick up a few things. Yeah, zip zip, zip zip. Got to get going. Got to get turned around. You got things to do. All right, 100 of your favorite things. Boom. Let's go. It's kind of like you know, an Uber Eats participation, you know, thing. We're picking up here and we're dropping off. Okay, on this one. We got 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. And I just realized I might need a little more room in my inventory. Okay, are you doing this by 50 as well? Yes, you are. So, hey, car, what are you doing? Now it's, oh, I see the sort button still doesn't work here, by the way. In the car. I see no one's reported that either yet. I figured they would have had that fixed by now. But nope, they do not. It is not fixed. So, guess I should get around to reporting that, huh? Everybody's so busy playing their Tier 4 in their current maps that I don't think hardly anybody's playing in the new maps and realizes that it's broken. So I guess I should report it. But okay. The daylight will be coming up soon, so we're going to launch a thing in the dark, because it's cool. Don't get to do very many nighttime launches, so here we go with the big one. This is 500 of all your things. So we plug that in there. Is there 500? Yeah, I even got like an extra 68. Here, you can have your 100 of those. And let me go pick up my 500 of these. Look, I think the daylight's going to get here before I get this launched. Yep, for sure. Here, give me all of them. This is for all the Tier 5, 6 marbles. Yes, it is. Push the button. And hit the thing. Come on, let's do this. Oh yeah, there's the buzzing beeping. There's the cannon firing. There's the shooting. Boom. All the things. Ada, you gonna give me a speech or what? I mean, that's a really cool thing. I mean, we just used the coolest machine in the game to launch the coolest thing ever. And I get no speech from Ada. It's so sad. Let's have a look at our new toys. Hey, we love new toys. 5 and 6, oil processing. Boo. Oh, man. Processing. Yep. Oil processing. It's a thing. But hey, guess what? We make all this stuff in our base. That's right. That's why we have a supply base. Right? And look at this. We need manufacturing and trucks. Yeah, trucks. And computers, and no problem. Oh, but we don't make the rubber in the things yet. Whatever. Alternative fuels. Yeah, well, we're about to make these heavy modular frames, and we got the motors. Plastic we don't got, but that's all right. We'll deal with that. And gas mask, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'll live with that soon enough. What do we got? Expanded power infrastructure. Fuel generators. Yeah. Can't say I'll be going much for that, but we'll talk. We'll talk. Yes, jetpack, definitely. That will be a thing that happens. The train technology. Well, okay, I love the trains in the game. They're just broken. Now, I don't mean about how they don't detect signals or collision or any of that stuff. I don't care about that. In fact, I'm fine with that. But they have got fairly poor pathing, so we'll have to see about that. But I do love the trains in this game. They are really cool. And pipeline engineering number 2. So the car is, of course, up here somewheres in the depths of something, I'm sure. And yeah, okay, that's fine. You're back. Cool. Let's see what you need. You need 2,500 of them frames. You now need these magical modular engines. Yay. And adaptive control units. All right. Well, if this was my 2,000 hour map, I would make these in 4 minutes. So that would be a thing, because we make all of this in these kinds of numbers, right? You know, I make 25 of these a minute. I make I think it's like 100 and some of these a minute. Anyway, I make very large numbers. We're not going to be doing those kinds of numbers in this map, but that's okay. We do make these. And so what we'll do is we'll kind of set that up to just kind of start doing work on that on the side. I know. So as we'll be ready for those. Because really, what do you need? You need like 1,250. Well, you need 1,250 frames because you get 2 out of each, right? And 12 times 12,000. That's a lot of frames, or that's a lot of steel, right? We might need another extra box just for that. So I'll have to get my calculator out. And so yeah. But next episode, what are we doing? We're doing none of this. Nope. Well, okay, maybe the truck. I don't know. Maybe the truck is a thing. But we can't do that until we have this anyway. So as much as I want the truck, I probably can't get the truck. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. What are we doing next episode? Hard drive hunting. That's right. Before we start getting into oil processing and a lot of this big stuff, we have got to do hard drive hunting. It's a thing that has to happen. We have hard drives. In fact, we have like 2 or 3 of them right underneath us. But we've got to go hard drive hunting and put the MAM to good use. What's the other thing we're going to get? It is time for the awesome shop. That's right. And the reason is because we want to start pulling out a few magical bits out of it to help us in our evil plans to take over this planet. So, of course, we need to do that. With that, I'm Max, and we are now beginning tiers 5 and 6. Oh, yeah. And to do that, we're going hard drive shopping and a little bit of awesome shopping along the top of that. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care.